We're all on a journey toward digital transformation. AI will help us get there. But before you harness that power, you need the right information architecture. Data that's AI ready, open source tools, and a proven method. It's time to act on your vision. Let's get it done. How will you put Watson to work?
Hello and welcome to the IBM Data and AI Virtual Forum 2020. IBM, in partnership with Strategic, is honored to bring this conference before you and to be part of your digital transformation, especially in context of data and AI. I'm Anu Alexander from IBM Marketing, and I'll be your host today. Artificial intelligence is revolutionizing business in today's digital age. The benefits of using AI are manifold, and you will hear more about this as we go through the day today. We understand that this change is not a one-time use of technology, but that AI is a journey, and this journey is built on a foundation of data. So it's imperative that you not only collect this data, but also organize and analyze it as part of your data and AI strategy. The insights you then derive can be course-changing for your business. But have you really unleashed the value of your data? Where do you stand in this journey up the AI ladder? In order to help you answer these burning questions, IBM and Strategic bring before you a treasury of curated experience and knowledge today. The conference has been designed in a multi-layered format. So whether you are exploring AI strategy or considering a particular tool for a specific data-related use case, the IBM Data and AI Virtual Forum will address both the breadth of the topic as well as deep dive into details. I see several roles represented here amongst all the participants: data analysts and scientists, architects, and leaders from different lines of business. Thank you for your time. We trust you will end the day enriched from today's conference. Let's use this opportunity to get inspired, learn from our prominent speakers, and interact with the subject matter experts through the sessions, tracks, and one-on-ones. The first session today is the keynote, and what a way to kick off the event. Two recognized experts presenting how vital AI is for digital transformation. Vikas Arora is the Vice President of IBM Cloud and Cognitive Software, IBM India South Asia. He is an IT services veteran and, in his own words, a cloud enthusiast. Joining him is Anil Bhaskar, who heads the analytics and big data business in IBM India South Asia. Anil lives and breathes AI. I welcome Vikas Arora and Anil Bhaskar to deliver the keynote session of the conference titled AI, the Linchpin of Digital Transformation.
Hello and welcome to the Data and AI Virtual Forum by IBM. It is so great to see you join remotely to be with us for this day, and we promised you an exciting day of many sessions delivered by IBM subject matter experts and many of our customers and partners. My name is Vikas Arora, Cloud and Cognitive Leader for IBM India and South Asia, and I'm joined here by my colleague Anil Bhaskar, Data and AI Leader for IBM India and South Asia.
Hello and good day to all of you.
Today, we have a job of setting the ball rolling on this exciting day and talk to you about several concepts and points that I'm hoping we will get a chance to cover with you in much more detail during the day. But really, there are some key takeaways that we'd like to talk to you about. Really, the fact on how data is fueling digital transformation for many of our customers across the globe, and how AI is helping unlock the value of this data, and how hybrid cloud is becoming that platform on which a lot of this is being accomplished. Many of the enterprises have actually declared data and AI to be among their number one priorities. But here's the difference. Many of our customers also are somewhere along their journey where modernizing business intelligence and data platform is now yielding to new aspirations of getting into self-service analytics and creating new business models with the power of AI. But Anil, we know that AI is a great way of arriving at great predictions. In what way do you think is AI actually helping our customers? Because just predictions is a way where you start, but then there are many other ways in which our customers are benefiting from AI.
So typically speaking, Vikas, there are three or four stages which customers go through. Starting from descriptive analytics, where people are preparing reports and using those insights from the reports to make decisions in a manual way, but after looking at analytical reports. There could be predictive analytics where customers develop AI models and they take the decisions about future outcomes, they predict the outcomes and then take the analytics to predictive analytics level. And then subsequently some people have already moved to prescriptive analytics where they choose based on the predictive outcomes, they choose which is the best option to go ahead. Or for example, recommending the best possible next best option to the customers in e-commerce. That is one way where predictive and prescriptive analytics are being used hand to hand. So people are definitely using analytics to prescribe the right action to their customers and to their business leaders.
And Anil, I know that you and your team work and have worked for the last few years with several of our customers, on this. And clearly, somewhere many feel that AI is hard and very difficult to do. What do you want to tell us about your experiences of customers having used this? Is it as hard? Is it as out of bounds as it is made out to be?
So Vikas, if the question is whether AI is for everybody, then the answer is a vehement yes. We have come across organizations varying from small to big across industry sectors. And not only various organizations, but even all the departments in an organization can use AI for their use cases. We have come across organizations, for example, in automotive industry, there is a customer who is using a connected vehicles kind of a program to predict the predictive maintenance for their car users, helping not only the users of the car, but also the service providers to do predictive maintenance. We have come across banking industry where customers are using analytics and data and AI for doing fraud analytics and risk analytics, predicting the kind of risk that a particular loan disbursement can have. We have come across telco organizations using analytics and AI to predict the customer churn and to prevent the customer churn by taking the next possible action. We have come across logistics, transport, and shipping industries who are using AI to optimally deploy their resources, whether it is human resources or it is physical resources, the optimal deployment which can lead to profit maximization and revenue optimization. Customers are using that. We have come across energy sector organizations where people are using to optimize the timing of their commodity procurement to maximize the profits by procuring at a lowest price in a given period of time whenever they need the commodities. So we have come across organizations in all sectors, including healthcare, legal firms, where predictive and prescriptive analytics are being used to provide better services to the customer and citizens.
So clearly this is cross-industry. And my favorite example is in the area of cybersecurity, where now AI is being increasingly used for threat detection and threat prevention and sort of predicting what's the kind of threat that the enterprises are likely to face in future.
Even government organizations, Vikas, are using, especially since you mentioned the area of security, a lot of government and inland security organizations are using to predict the terrorist and criminal activities and prevent them before the crime actually happens all across the country using AI.
So Anil, those were some great examples of industries, and you named quite a few who are actually using AI for several business purposes. But I'm sure as many of these industries and many of these enterprises use AI, there are bound to be some key considerations. After all, it isn't a magic bullet. So what are those key considerations or even those pitfalls that you would talk about that enterprises should look to avoid for getting successful outcomes with AI projects?
So Vikas, certainly there are pitfalls possible where customers have to guard against. One of the complexities is brought in by the data itself. With the kind of digitization we are observing, the volume of data that is getting generated, the velocity at which it is getting generated, and the veracity of data, since it's coming in multiple formats from multiple sources, machine data, internet generated data, people generated data, voice data, video data. It's coming in multiple forms. So there is a complexity around data. So, and your platform has to be capable of handling this complexity. So right from the beginning, because today you may be having only structured data, but tomorrow you will go ahead and have even unstructured data coming in. So your platform has to be ready to be able to handle that complexity as you move forward. That is number one area where customers need to guard against. Another area is talent. So from the talent perspective, there are three kind of skills that are necessary to build a proper AI platform in an organization. Number one is data science, where you have to have data scientists who understand mathematical modeling, understand statistics and probability things, which goes into building a model. There has to be people who come from the programming background and do understand the languages like Python, RStudio, SPSS, or any other proprietary tool that you're going to use in building your models. And then there's third kind of people who come from line of business, who brought in the expertise of how decisions are made, what kind of variables should be going into making decisions, what are the important decisions that need to be made, and the complete process of decision making in a particular department or an organization. You typically need these three kind of skills to be able to implement AI in your organization. Now, there was a dearth of these skills few years back, but few institutions, even in India, have stepped up and they are floating courses around it. Few organizations and providers like IBM have come forward and are helping build the skills in the society. But what is still lacking is a person who brings all this together, who is an expert of at least one of the areas, but do understand the other two also, so that he can bring the entire program together and help an organization implement an AI strategy. Third area is trust. Whether AI, the decisions that are coming out of AI, are they trustworthy, right? So typically IBM has worked a lot in that area, and we have built platforms where you can actually trace the lineage of models, how the models were built in, what logic has gone into building those models, what the complete lineage of data from where the data is coming in, how it is getting curated. You can track complete data as well as model lineage in our platforms. And you have tools which can help you in removing the biases in the model, which helps bringing more transparency to the AI and make it more trustworthy to the customers, so that actually they can implement it. It doesn't remain in labs, but it comes out into the field, and the decision making through AI is actually implemented in business decisions.
All three great points, Anil. The point that you made about complexity of data, the availability of talent, and how critical that is for any successful AI initiative. And of course, this trust, and we don't hear a lot about this trust, but we know in the years to come, this is going to be one of the fundamental considerations. And that's why we see that more than half the projects that actually go on AI stay at the level of experimentation and sometimes fail to deliver the outcomes that they were intended to do, because these considerations are not, sort of given priority as those projects are done. There's also something that I see you and your team go and talk to many of our customers about, that there is no AI without an information architecture. And again, it's interesting that, how little, initially, at least when new projects are being conceptualized, this element of, AI is actually paid attention to, and how critical it becomes to actually have the right information architecture for AI projects to be successful. Now, when information architecture, the word is said, many thoughts come to people's mind on what this information architecture is all about. Would you like to tell us what, in your perspective, is a good information architecture all about?
So Vikas, if a customer is just looking at implementing a particular decision-making process or a standalone use case based on a small data set, then people can have any strategy. But if you are looking at AI as an organization-wide strategy, then you need a proper information architecture, which is capable of collecting data from disparate sources in different formats and using that data available across the departments to aid in organization-wide decision making. A platform which is capable of providing governance and business-wide cataloging to your data. A platform which can help you in operationalizing AI later on, so that the use case or the model doesn't remain in lab. A platform which can help you in implementing this AI model anywhere without locking you in with any particular technology provider. That is what we mean by having a proper information architecture before you move on to the AI journey.
So really, Anil, what you have described are some of the key principles of what makes for a robust information architecture. Now, I'll pick on what you said as one of the key principles of making AI operational. The information architecture must allow to make AI operational. Clearly, as customers embark on these AI projects, we talk a lot about AI ladder, which in a sense is really the steps that most customers have to take to be able to deliver successful AI business outcomes. And that ladder really is mostly about 4 key steps here. You collect data, you organize data, you analyze data, and you infuse data. Would you like to talk to our viewers about, in your perspective, what this AI ladder is, and mainly about where have you seen customers, use these steps of the AI ladder successfully?
So Vikas, as you said, there are 4 steps to a typical AI ladder. You collect data, you organize data, you analyze data, and you infuse data. And we have examples where we have helped our customers in all these steps. One of the first examples which comes to my mind is Marriott, where the data was lying in different silos in various departments, not only because of the ownership issues of the data, but also because of being logged in with the platforms that the different departments were using. We helped them move all their data onto a DB2 warehouse on cloud, where they were able to have a platform where, irrespective of where the data is lying, they were able to collect it all onto one single data set, which can be used for running their analytics model. Another example, which I will use from the organized area, government of Odisha, near to us here in India, where government was having data of all the citizens to provide benefits, social benefits to the citizens. We helped them in organizing this data using our InfoSphere governance products and cataloging this data and indexing this data in a way so that there was not duplicacy of data, and the exhaustive data set was available to the service providers so that government was able to provide service to the right deserving beneficiaries of the government programs. Another example from the analyzed area is JP Morgan Chase, who is using IBM predictive AI models using Watson Studio to do their hedging strategies and to prevent fraud in their business. Fourth rung of this AI ladder is Infuse, where I have an example of Credit Mutual, which is using pre-built AI models from IBM Watson applications and solutions to provide better knowledge to their advisors who can help their clients in planning their financial strategies. So we have been helping clients all across these stages, and it is not that somebody who is already at the next level cannot be helped. We can actually go and help him strengthen wherever he is and take him on the way forward so that he can actually have a common integrated platform which can help him in having a hybrid data strategy and help him infuse AI into his decision making.
So clearly, I'm sure during the day we're going to hear about many more examples of, where customers may be along this journey. But one thing is clear, Anil, like you said, most customers will have to go through this journey, and no one has to make it from the beginning because they may already be on a step that allows them to progress the journey, as long as they're focused on making sure that there is collection to be done, there is organization to be done, and that sort of makes it ready for infusing AI. So Anil, what you've given us is many examples of where our customers may be in their journey and which step are they on this ladder. Clearly, one thing came out for me very clearly is that you don't have to make a journey always from the start. Customers may already be at a certain step and can actually continue as long as they know that these are the steps through which an AI journey has to progress. And I'm sure during the course of the day, we will hear many more examples of customers having gone through this journey or going through several steps along the way. So Anil, talking about this AI ladder, what has been really exciting is some of the portfolio that has come out more recently, and most notably the Cloud Pak for Data portfolio. And I think the way it brings together so many different technologies that allow customers to go through these steps in the AI journey using the capabilities that are right here in one place with Cloud Pak for Data is really tremendous. With the power of open source and the containerization using Red Hat OpenShift, and then having the trusted but now containerized IBM products for data management as well as data governance in the form of DB2 and InfoSphere, and then the Watson capability on top, where customers could actually build AI models and run AI models, and actually use them to manage the AI outcomes. And then, of course, some of the use cases that we've also operationalized. So this is really, they've been an exciting step forward on bringing the technologies together. Your point of view on this?
So we are interacting with the customers on this, and customers are really excited about the possibilities that they are having with Cloud Pak for Data. Because what we have done is we have containerized all our platforms and all our tools, which is enabling the customer to start anywhere and go anywhere. For example, and this is available in both as an appliance and as a software. So they can start with a deployment on-premise, anytime move on to a cloud. They can move on to any cloud, and they can move between clouds. So this containerization has really helped in virtualizing basically this. And this offers the entire data set, wherever the data is residing. It can be virtualized, irrespective of the platform, irrespective of the format where it is sitting. It can be virtualized and be offered to the data scientist and business user as one common data set. He sees only one data set, irrespective of the fact where the data is sitting, on a cloud or on premise. Everything is virtualized for him. This is what we are doing using Cloud Pak for Data. And this is a very exciting proposition for customers, because they have been facing a problem of using multiple data sets, building into their AI. So whether it is a Watson knowledge catalog, which is what helps customers in preparing and curating their data, or it is a Watson Studio where the customer can build his AI models, or it is Watson machine learning where they run and deploy the models, or it is Watson OpenScale, which can be used for governing the entire AI process. Everything comes on containerized platform from IBM portfolio today. Underlying it is Cloud Pak for Data, built on Red Hat OpenShift and Kubernetes containerized platform. So this is really helping the customers, and we find customers really excited about this as we go forward. So Vikas, we have been talking to customers about it for a long time now, and we have found customers very excited about this entire proposition of Cloud Pak for Data. It definitely brings them a capability to virtualize the data across the organization as well as outside the organization. And it definitely allows them the openness. It allows them a capability to move from on-premise to cloud, between clouds at any given point in time. It is available as an appliance, which they can host in their on-premise, and it is also available on as a software, which can be deployed anywhere, either in their premise or on cloud. We have a huge service capability built in here in India, with around 500 people working on helping customers migrate onto this new platform. And they are involved in multiple complex and large deployments here in India itself. So we have a huge services focus around this, because there's a new technology coming in, and customers are really finding it exciting.
And we recently made this big Watson Anywhere announcement, and there was a lot of excitement around what Watson Anywhere is. You want to just briefly talk to our viewers about what Watson Anywhere is all about?
So Watson Anywhere is a new capability. We have brought in all the Watson functionalities, whether it is Watson Knowledge Catalog or Watson Studio or Watson Machine Learning or Watson OpenScale. Everything is today available on Cloud Pak for Data platform, which allows it to be hosted out of anywhere. The data can be anywhere. The AI models can be running from anywhere, and you can move them across platforms, across clouds. That is what we mean by Watson Anywhere.
So essentially what you're saying is that it shouldn't be any limitation on the choice of the platform. There could be any public cloud,
or the environment,
any hyper-converged appliance, any private cloud environment. Watson now can run as one platform on any cloud across hybrid cloud environments. Right. That's excellent, and that's actually truly remarkable. Now, lastly, Anil, very important for us to discuss. So Anil, I think we've spoken a lot about how customers are using AI, what are the steps involved and what are the pitfalls and key considerations here. But like you also mentioned some time back, one of the top considerations is talent. And what is IBM doing today to actually build the talent and skills that our customers can expand on and use and do these successful AI projects?
So because besides building up the skills in the society by collaborating with institutions and providing direct trainings to our customers and any individuals who want to be trained on our products, we are also doing a lot of programs, and two programs which come to my mind which helps in enhancing the customer's skill on data and AI is one is data science and AI elite team, where we can put a few data scientists and data engineers in customer place, where these people can help customer resources in identifying the use cases and building some models, initially developing some models. Another such program is IBM Garage, where customers can come and develop their models and experiment with the models in IBM Garage.
Okay, and I think these are all excellent programs. I do encourage many of our customers to make use of some of this capability. Like you were earlier saying, there's a very large services presence, and we've got some experts who are actually helping not just customers here, but customers globally. And no wonder that Forrester puts us in the leaders category as far as AI is concerned. And like I was saying earlier, for 3 consecutive years in a row, IBM has been declared the #1 market shareholder as far as AI is concerned for the 3rd year this year. So we've spoken about here and now, and we've spoken about what have been the progress on AI over the last few years and where are customers today. But any thoughts on where this is all headed, Anil?
So besides deploying the models to make decision making, we are coming across requirements like offering data as a service, data virtualized and offered as a service to data scientists and line of businesses. Because if you see today, data scientists, most of the time, 60% of their time, they are spending on curating their data before they infuse it into the models, or rather than building models, they are spending time on curating data. So can it be offered as data as a service, being curated, governed, cleaned up to the data scientists and users of data? That is one trend which is kicking in and which we are seeing in large organizations. Another thing is AI democratization, where they can run and integrate the artificial intelligence model irrespective of the origin, where the model is hosted, where the data is hosted. Can we really democratize AI? You leveraging the model from one place and leveraging the data from disparate platforms and doing decision making. Another trend which is coming in is adaptive AI, right? Where AI is evolving depending on the threat perception. The models evolve themselves or change themselves or correct themselves, right? Where AI develops AI. So these are the trends. The last one, slightly in the initial stages, being more futuristic, but definitely IBM is doing a lot of work there. But data as service and AI democratization, definitely we are seeing a lot of trend picking up in the market.
Okay, and thank you, Anil. So I think viewers, we've sort of discussed several topics, but you're going to hear a lot more about these topics as you go through this day across all of the several sessions that we have put together for you. But again, I go back to where Anil and I started with. Those remain some of our key takeaways from the session, and I'm sure those will be some of the key takeaways as you finish the day with us today. One is the data is really increasingly fueling the digital transformation and is being seen as a huge asset in how organizations are looking to digitally transform. AI is becoming a #1 priority, and AI is being seen as the technology that unlocks the value of this data. And hybrid cloud is the data platform on which a lot of this transformation, a lot of this technology is actually going to run. So clearly with that, I wish you a great day ahead. And from Anil and my side, have a good Data and AI Virtual Summit today. Thank you so much.
Thank you.